And New York remaining on pause. Governor Andrew Cuomo ordering non-essential businesses and schools across the state to remain closed through the end of the month as the coronavirus claimed another 599 lives in the Empire State overnight. BNC's Ashley Liotus has the latest.
Well, after weeks of things progressively getting worse in New York, the state has released numbers that seem hopeful. Although New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says it's still too early to tell exactly what that means. As of Monday, the total number of deaths across the state has virtually remained flat for 2 days. The number of new patients hospitalized has also dropped significantly, as have ICU admissions and daily intubations. This could suggest a possible flattening of the curve. Officials at that daily briefing saying this may be the beginning of the apex, but it's still too soon to tell.
While none of this is good news, the possible flattening of the curve is better than the increases that we have seen. New York is still far and away the most impacted state. If we are plateauing at a very high level, and there's tremendous stress on the healthcare system. And to say to this healthcare system, which is at maximum capacity today, right? This is a hospital system where we have our foot to the floor and the engine is at red line and you can't go any faster. And by the way, you can't stay at red line for any period of time because the system will blow. And that's where we are. We are at red line.
After the CDC's latest recommendation of wearing a cloth face mask, there has been visible uptick in New Yorkers adhering to those rules. But government officials say don't let wearing a mask be a false sense of security. Social distancing remains in full effect, so much so that the governor ordered New York on pause to be extended until at least April 29th. Schools and non-essential businesses will remain closed.
As I was touring and seeing what was happening, I felt this real surge of emotion that it was clearer than ever that New York City is fighting back. New York City is fighting back. We have an invisible enemy. We have a ferocious enemy. But this city is fighting back with everything we've got. And this is a strong city and a resilient city, and people are showing it in so many ways, and we're seeing it today at the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
Another bit of good news from Governor Cuomo. After more than 1,000 donated ventilators arrived in the city over the weekend, he says we don't need any additional ventilators right now. Governor Cuomo said this is not a time to be lax. He said we all have a role to play in this, and it's our responsibility to stay home and respect those social distancing rules. We're not out of the woods yet. Reporting in New York City for the Black News Channel, I'm Ashley Liotus.
Health officials have cautioned that the number of infections in New York City is likely much higher than confirmed cases because many people can't or will not be tested.